Hello and welcome to today's episode of Finatics Fish Story Time. We're going to have a great story called The Napping House, and we're going to do a fish facts all about live bearers and guppies and swordtails and mollies and platies are all live bearers, and we're going to talk about those today. Also, we're going to have a fun sing-along song. It's something that we made up to go with the tune of Wheels on the Bus, so stick around and have some fun. Here we go with story time.
Hi Finatics Fish friends, welcome again to Storytime, and I have another one of my favorite books here, The Napping House. This is a really fun book and I hope you enjoy it too. It's by Audrey Wood and illustrated by Dawn Wood. Now, these illustrations are really detailed and really beautiful and capture a whole lot of magic. So let's get to it. The Napping House. The Napping House. You may not be able to see it, but there's a lot of rain on this page, and it's really detailed with the fence and the mailbox and the lovely flowers. And on this page, there's more rain and a house, a yard, and a white picket fence, and a beautiful home with trees. And there's a tree house with a ladder and a swing and a tree. And it says, there is a house, a napping house, where everyone is sleeping. And in that house, there is a bed, a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. So here we have a little bug, and we have a child sleeping in a chair, and a cat, and a dog, and a granny, all napping. And let's remember up here, what do we see?
Mousy.
Yeah, the mousy. And on that bed there is a granny, a snoring granny, on a cozy bed in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. Oh, no. Look, what's happening here? The child is going over. Where's the child going? And on that granny, there is a child, a dreaming child on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. Oh, who do we have here? Is that Granny? And the child on top of Granny? Uh-oh, who's moving? It's the doggy. The doggy is stretching. Is that how your doggy stretches if you have a doggy? And the kitty and the mouse. And look here. That little bug went from here to here. The little flea. And on that child there is a dog, a dozing dog on a dreaming child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. Look at that. Grandma's now turned over, and the dreaming child is laying down the other direction, and the dog is flipped over. And look who's waking up to be sleepyhead and join the pile. The cat is, yes, and you see? And on that dog, there is a cat, a snoozing cat, on a dozing dog, on a dreaming child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. The flea came down. And what do we have here? We've got the cat and the dozy dog and the dreaming child, and the granny's got her feet up, and she's almost fallen off the bed there. Is that the granny pile? And look, who came down? It's the mouse. Mouse came down, and look, is it still raining? It's still raining outside, isn't it? Do you like napping in the rain? And on that cat, there is a mouse. A slumbering mouse, on a snoozing cat, on a dozing dog, on a dreaming child, on a snoring granny, on a cozy bed, in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. Look, there's the mouse and the cat and the dog and the child and the granny. Where's the flea?
And the flea came closer.
The flea is getting closer. Uh-oh, what's going to happen with the flea? And on that mouse, there is a flea. Can it be a wakeful flea? On a slumbering mouse? On a snoozing cat? On a dozing dog? On a dreaming child? On a snoring granny? On a cozy bed in a napping house where everyone is sleeping. Look, I love how the child is holding Granny's hand, and the dog is laying on his best friend, and the kitty cat's all curled up, and even the mouse has found a lovely cozy spot. And what can it be? The wakeful flea. Uh-oh. A wakeful flea. Who bites the mouse? Squeak! Look, there goes Squeak. Uh-oh. Who scares the cat? Meow! Look, there goes the mouse and the flea. The flea came all the way over here. What's going to happen when that cat comes down with those claws? Who claws the dog? Woof! Meow! Squeak! There goes the flea. Who thumps the child? Woo! Woof! Meow! Squeak! And look, the flea's made it all the way over to Granny. Did you see it's getting brighter? Who thumps the granny? Woo! Wow! Woof! Meow! Squeak! Where's the flea? There it is right there. It's like a circus now, isn't it? Look at them all. Waking up, being so surprised. Who breaks the bed? Crack! Woohoo! Wow! Woof! Meow! Squeak! And there's the flea. And look outside. What's going on outside? You notice it's sunny out there. Is it yellow now instead of blue where it was before? The color has changed, hasn't it? Because the sun has come out and it's not raining any longer. In the napping house where no one now is sleeping. Look, friends, we have the child playing and the doggy and the kitty and the granny and even the little mouse and the beautiful sunshine and the rainbow and the swing and the tricycle and the fun, beautiful treehouse. Details of this book are so fabulous, and to me, this artist and this book really captures the magic of grandma and napping with grandma. I hope that you've had an opportunity to spend time with your grandma and spend time napping, especially in the rain. It's such a lovely and delicious, wonderful experience, and I hope you really enjoyed the fun and the wonderfulness of this book. It's a lot of fun, and we love this one. Thanks for joining us, friends. It's a pleasure to read with you today. Thanks. Bye-bye. Hi, Finatics Fish friends. It's song time, and I brought something fun today. Have you seen one of these? It's a harmonica, and it's kind of fun. I don't really know how to play it, but I sure enjoy having fun with it. And my kids are playing with it today, so I thought I would bring it in and just do a little bit of a... So, if you have a harmonica, get it out and have some fun and play with it. It's a fun little instrument. What instruments do you have at home? Do you have any at home? We have a lot of different instruments at home, so I thought I'd bring this one in today. And I want to sing with you today the song, The Wheels on the Bus. You know that tune? The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round. However, I want to change the words today and have it be about fish, since we're all about fish here in the fish store. So let's do it about fish. Should we do that? Okay, friends. So we're going to start out with the fish in the tank. Go bloop, 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 or bubble, 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 okay? So it goes, the fish in the tank go bubble, 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 bubble. The fish in the tank go bubble, 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 all day long. The fish in the tank go swish, 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 swish. The fish in the tank go swish, 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 all day long. Can you blow that for me? Go ahead. Awesome. The fish in the tank like to be fed, to be fed, to be fed. The fish in the tank like to be fed once a day. So friends, what do fish like to have? They like to have fresh water. So the fish in the tank like to have fresh water, have fresh water, have fresh water. The fish in the tank like to have fresh water once a week. So what are we doing? We're doing the, okay. So they like So what else do fish like to do, friends? They don't roar. They like to play peekaboo. Okay, we're going to do the fish. Ready? Okay, can you blow it? Thank you. The fish in the tank like to play peekaboo, peekaboo, peekaboo. The fish in the tank like to play peekaboo. I love you. What do you think, friends? Do you like that version of the wheels on the bus go round and round and changing the words? What kind of silly songs can you make up to tunes that you know?
Roar!
Roar! She's been doing a dinosaur one, haven't you?
Yeah.
The dinosaurs are going to go stomp, stomp, stomp all through the town and onto the bus. If dinosaurs stomped all around the town and on the bus, that would be pretty spectacular, wouldn't it? Thanks, friends, for joining us. We appreciate you, and it was so much fun to sing with you today. Thanks for joining. See you next time. Nice. Nice job.
So that was the funny song and a fun song. I hope you enjoyed our song time. Bye.
Hi guys, we're going to do some fish facts for you today. Today we're going to talk all about live bearers. Live bearers are a group of fish that all have babies without laying the eggs first, which is pretty unusual in the fish world. Most of your fish, as you know, will lay little eggs and then the eggs hatch and then the babies swim away really, really tiny. But in the case of live bearing fish, the mamas will hold the eggs inside them until they're already hatched, and then they come out free swimming, usually quite a bit bigger than the egg-laying species have. Most of the live bearers that we think of in the aquarium hobby as live bearers are from the family Posilia. That includes all your guppies and your mollies and your platies and your swordtails. There's lots and lots of different fish in that group, but most of the ones that we will see will be fancy guppies. Sometimes you'll get wild and crazy and see Endler guppy, which is closer to a wild fish. These guys here are swordtails. You see their long pointy tail on the boys. Notice the little fish in here. Those were babies that were hatched here inside their mamas, and then they swam free. Live bearers come from a lot of different places in the world, but the ones that we think of as live bearers, the Posiliids, all come from North America down to South America. In Central America and Southern Mexico are a lot of different types of live bearers. Other types of live bearers, like platies, very much similar to a swordtail, but they don't get the pointy tail. Mollies, which are very similar to the guppies actually when you talk about their genetics. A lot of times they'll have a lyre tail or a round tail. And then of course our fancy guppies. Fancy guppies are known for their beautiful bright colors. Sometimes called fantail guppies. You'll notice that the boys have a big fan tail. When you see the girls, they'll be much smaller, a little less colorful. Live bearers are considered a beginner fish for a couple of reasons. First off, there's so many different types and colors, and they're so interesting to watch that they are a great thing to catch the attention of young aquarius. But also, because that they hold their babies and they're a little larger when they're born, they make a much easier fish to be your first fish to try to breed. Breeding fish can be very rewarding in the hobby, not just watching them and feeding them, but watching them raise their young and getting large, and even developing your own strains in some cases. There's a lot of fun that can be had in the hobby with the live bearing fish. See how amazing the fins on these guppies are? It's possible with a little selective breeding to come up with some absolutely incredible fish in this hobby. Check out these baby guppies here that we raised right here at Finatics. These guys are actually several weeks old already. They seem pretty tiny, and they were really tiny when they were born, but they're much larger than some of the fry that you might see from the egg layers like your tetras or your cichlids. One of the fun things about breeding your own live bearers is you can try to get your own colors. You see I have two different types of swordtails here. One of them is all red, and the other one is got black spots and white spots on it. They call the red ones red velvet, and they call the other ones calico. These are Endler guppies, and Endler guppies are a wilder version of your regular guppy. Typically don't have the big fantail, but oftentimes have bright streaks of color in them. I sure had a good time doing fish facts with you guys today. I hope you enjoyed meeting the life bearers. We'll see you again next week for our next episode of Finatics Fish Story Time and Fish Facts.
Welcome to song time. Today it's fish story time from the same one as Mom's and Dad's. So we're gonna do it about Wheels on a Bus, but same different version, but not a fishy version, in a dinosaur version. So here it goes. The dinosaurs on the bus go roar, 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 roar. The dinosaurs on the bus go roar, 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 all through the town. The dinosaurs on the bus